Hello, it's Parm King, and I'm really excited to bring to you the Foundry Adventure Modules. Now, I'm a huge fan of Dungeons & Dragons, role-playing games, and Foundry virtual tabletop system. And I'm currently a Dungeon Master for Curse of Strahd, and I'm having a wonderful and amazing time. In fact, my first experience with Curse of Strahd was back in the 1980s when it was the Ravenloft i6 module, and since 2nd edition, 3rd edition, and now 5th edition, they've really expanded upon it with Curse of Strahd and Van Richten's Guide and the Domains of Dread. There's so much amazing official content and amazing fan content out there. Dragon Carta's Salinka Pass expansion, Mandy Mod's Orphanage, Lunch Break Hero, and the Wolf Den, even content that I've put together to really expand this amazing campaign. But there is one problem. How do we get all of that amazing stuff and squeeze it and stick it right into Foundry? Well, it's a difficult task. Now, when I first started, I used a importer to import from D&D Beyond the content into Foundry, but there was still a problem. No matter how good the importer is, or even if Foundry and the Wizards of the Coast have a coming to Jesus meeting and allow all that content to be available in Foundry, the content isn't really designed for tabletop systems. See, Curse of Strahd is originally a book form, and they just moved it into text form. The maps are fairly lacking. There's a lot of missing locations, and the big elephant in the room, if you're playing Curse of Strahd, well, that's this here. Now, this map really hasn't even changed much since the 1980s when I first played it as Ravenloft, and while it's a gorgeous isometric map of Ravenloft, you can't really use this in Foundry. I mean, as a battle map, it just doesn't work. And even when I imported all that stuff from D&D Beyond, it was just an info dump. It was just text in these journal entries, and it really wasn't taking hold of and utilizing all the amazing things that Foundry platform can do. And then there was the second problem. What about all that amazing fan content out there? I mean, there's so much stuff out there that is just amazing that I want to incorporate into the campaign. And then the lack of maps, and getting all those great maps that are made by fans out there to play in the game. I can tell you this, it was a rather monumental task, and still is, as I'm still campaigning here, going on almost 1 year on this amazing journey through Curse of Strahd. So I've been taking detailed notes, revisiting all the things I'm doing in my campaign, and creating Foundry Adventure Modules. Each module is a unique location or scene or area in Curse of Strahd with beautiful fan-made art and battle maps by DM Andy, including additional content that's written by the fan community like Mandy Mod, Dragon Carter, Lunch Break Heroes, and others, and sticking them all in this really fun, easy to use module that you can just import as like any other module and start playing Curse of Strahd. Let's take a look at a couple of them that I've already completed. Here is the Tser Vistani encampment, this beautiful map made by DM Andy. Now I've put in all, you can see all the walls and lighting has already been done in here, so there's nothing you need to do, including all the actors are already loaded up on the scene, all the Vistani sitting around the fire. I've included a new character, Petra, a merchant. There's Madame Ava in her tent, ready to go. And there's role tables in here. For instance, what if you want to talk to Vistani and they're going to tell you a secret? All that content is already put in here in role tables, including Petra's secrets. And Petrick sells a random item in here. Everything that you need, including sound effects, playlist, characters, items, rule tables, journal entries are all done in here. And they're all put on the map for you too. For instance, you want to know about the Tser encampment? Here's everything you need to know, including all the things that are in the Tser, the Vistani lore and everything. And if you own Curse of Strahd on D&D Beyond like I do, well, there's a link right down here at the bottom. You can just click on it and it'll go right to Curse of Strahd on D&D Beyond if you own that content. Everything's right there for you to go ahead and enjoy this campaign. Here's another one here I did, which was the Tser Falls. Now, Tser Falls in D&D Beyond, well, there's actually almost nothing in here. If we look at it, it's just a couple of paragraphs here. Well, it's not even a couple of paragraphs, it looks like. There we go. A couple of paragraphs. There's nothing there. So what did I do? Well, I added some random encounters. In fact, 4 of them. There's Jesper Noggins, the town village drunk who has all kinds of interesting lore and stories to tell you in his random tables. There's fishing over here with Ahab and catch some random stuff in the pool, including maybe the shark that got away. There's the Guardians of Tser, which are statues that can come to life and attack your players. And there's even something shiny in the water, which is a chest in the ice-cold water that has a ring of cold resistance and 400 gold pieces, but you might be attacked by some of these creatures here. All this is just ready to go as an adventure module to install. Now I'm starting at the beginning with Death House, Village of Barovia, the Crossroad, Tser Pools. I'm currently right in the village of Vallaki. So if you're interested, join me on Patreon for as little as $4. You'll have access to all the back catalog of content. You'll help me be able to produce more content. I really look forward to your support, and I hope you join me on this amazing journey through Curse of Strahd and really utilizing the horsepower and all the amazing things that Foundry has to offer us. Thanks for your time in this Parm King. May all your rolls be critically successful.